When people think of Italy, they imagine perfection, spotless streets, timeless beauty, elegance in every corner, and nowhere represents that image better than Naples. A city so clean, so refined, so effortlessly beautiful that it feels like a postcard brought to life. This is the Italy of polished marble, gentle chaos, and flawless charm, where history is perfectly preserved and every street tells a romantic story. At least, that's what we were told. Because Naples isn't a city that you just visit, it's a city you experience. Raw, loud, unfiltered, and unlike anywhere else in Italy. So forget what you think you know. This is Naples. Oh, it smells horrifically bad. Honest, intense, unforgettable. And we're about to show you the real thing. Diego Maradona. We've entered the tourist trap center of Napoli. This is a crazy city. There's so much going on. I can't wait to try fried pizza, by the way. Supposedly the Napoli specialty. Fried and pizza together for this fat man? Yes, please. Also, just a regular Napoli pizza sounds incredible as well. Pizza is right up there with my favorite things in the world, alongside ice cream. Like I said, fat man. And look at the history. You can feel the history here in the streets of Napoli. Of course, you can also smell the garbage and the pee and the never-ending graffiti as well. Freestyle?
Yes, I do some freestyle. Our church going on the spray scene in winter time. I see my couple walking down on the spray scene in winter time. Boyfriend and girlfriend have a conversation. Some nights on the telephone when the Joe Robinson for the microphones and I out there when they come from. Maybe from Ireland, Dublin, Bedford, Galway, Cork, Harry Potter, White Cup to Napoli City. I'm a featured up from Jamaica. Featured up on the pre-save with them. La Philistine KOM, JC, Eminem. They just want to do never get no other way. Hi, welcome my couple from Dublin to Napoli City. I've been in Spain. I love Ireland, Dublin. Okay. Number one. Thank you, God bless you, bro. Thank you, we'll see you another time. Thank you.
God bless you, bro.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Thank you for that. Freestylers on the streets of Naples, Italy, 2025. Fair enough. He just seems to be hustling, so fair play to the guy. I wasn't expecting it. He gave me a freestyle.
A freestyle?
Yeah.
Okay.
And this is something about Italy that I absolutely love. So you go from the bustling streets of the tourist center of these cities, you turn around and you can enter in. I need to take my hat off. You can enter inside a church that is older than anything you can think of. And look at this. The Baroque architecture of these ancient Catholic churches. It's absolutely jaw-dropping, honestly. And this is just a random church that we decided to stroll into just because we're walking past. What a stunning place. That church is very beautiful, but actually a very interesting thing about it. So this is actually the church of Santa Maria and the souls stuck in purgatory. So you can go inside the church and adopt your own skull. It used to be a cult that had a cardinal ban, but apparently it's still happening to this day in the lower church. So down underneath this church, you can still adopt a skull, and it's kind of like, it's almost like a creepy, like satanic sort of thing. But if you do go into the church, you can pray for the souls stuck in purgatory to be released. What a weird place. It's crazy how narrow these alleyways and streets are. And then when you look up, you just see the real beauty of old Italy. Look at this. Absolutely gorgeous.
It's really gorgeous in the areas where people cannot reach, so nobody can spray on it.
Exactly. Well, Napoli on the ground level I have to say, like immediate first impressions, it's one of the dirtiest cities that I've ever seen. But when you look up, it's beautiful.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas here. Look at this guy. He's climbing, and oh! The chili, or in some ways the horn of the devil, by the way, is somewhat of a talisman here in Naples, or kind of like in the south of Italy, a little bit everywhere. It works sort of similar to the evil eye that you can buy in Turkey, so it's kind of supposed to protect you from like evil spirits and evil eyes and all of that, but I prefer a rosary. He was trying to salt the lady.
Trying to put some salt on the lady and lemons all over his hat. This place is different. Napoli is different. Wow, look at these buildings here. Entirely abandoned. It doesn't seem to be that old. Like this looks to be probably from somewhere back in like the 70s, 60s or 70s maybe. But it's completely abandoned. Can only imagine what it used to be used for. It could be a school or something like that. Crazy looking. In terms of like decay and urban grittiness, this city is right up there with one of the craziest that I've seen. There's a sign just here. It basically says this used to be an emergency room clinic or like a hospital of sorts. Nowadays it's basically just an abandoned dumping ground.
I know this is supposed to be a construction site, but it just looks like a meshed together installation of garbage. And this, by the way, is the Centro Storico, so the historical core of Napoli, which is like the main tourist area in the city, I believe. So like it's crazy to actually see how much garbage there is.
Made it to Garibaldi, the area of Garibaldi station, which, believe it or not, is the largest station in Napoli, and it is quite literally an outdoor homeless encampment. So it's about 10 homeless dudes, another 10 on this side. It's pretty sketchy for us to be filming in these types of areas, especially when we don't have people to back us up. Like it's just Naomi and me. We don't have security or anything like that, but these are all basically just recently arrived people that have crossed over and are making their way through Italy up into Western Europe, into hopefully social security nets that they can take advantage of.
And this is also usually the area kind of where all of the tourists that are coming in by bus or by train, they all will arrive into this area here. Anything public transport really goes through here. So I think it's kind of strategically chosen by, I don't know, migrants or homeless people, probably in order to either ask for money or steal some things off of the tourists.
Exactly. You've got beautiful historical statues here of Giuseppe Garibaldi, which is obviously a representative of Napoli, of the city of Napoli. And then behind us here, like this city is like quite literally, it's very, very concentrated. All of them are concentrated in specific areas. So it's funny. To me, it's really funny because in the tourist center areas, you won't see any of this because they're all just hushed and pushed away. But then when you come to places like this, it's so apparent and it's so disgusting and it's so destructive. And the fact that Italians have to put up with this, that Europeans have to put up with this in 2025, it's horrible. We need to stop accepting this type of stuff in our cities that we're paying so much money to live in. Napoli is not cheap, and if you're coming here as a tourist, you're paying big money to just be here in one of the hotels, and if you see this type of stuff, it's disgusting.
One of the major things as well that like annoys me personally so much is that these people are throwing so much garbage. It's just like the absolute disrespect for your host country. Obviously you're a guest here, why are you throwing all of the garbage in the streets? Just try and show a little bit of respect for the country and the city that you're in.
And a lot of the people as well that are hanging out in these areas are dealing drugs, doing things that are incredibly illegal, and then they have the nerve to try and intimidate local Europeans as well. So like when you walk through different neighborhoods like these areas here, this is the center of Napoli, one of the biggest cities in Italy, the center of it. And they will literally try and intimidate you and tell you, oh, don't film, don't do this, and they will attack a lot of times locals as well. So it's just disgusting behavior, and it should no longer be accepted, or should no longer be the norm for hard-working, down-to-earth, regular Europeans. Again, welcome to one of the many free Palestine playgrounds of Europe. It's basically just an open air crack den. As you can see, you really don't want to come here after dark. In fact, you really don't want to come here at all. You've got free Gaza made out of garbage, basically tied up here on the fences, and free casa, which free house, I don't even know what that's supposed to represent. And just behind here, if I zoom in a little bit, you have literally open air drug deals in the middle of the day. Many of these people, by the way, migrants that just crossed over into Italy and are quite literally under the nail or under the thumb of the Camorra mafia that operate here in Napoli. So a lot of them are very easy targets for the mafia, obviously, because they don't earn money and they need money desperately. And desperation is the perfect solution for new members in the mafia situations. We have the similar situation where I'm from in Ireland. We have many gangs that operate under the same circumstances, and you will find that these migrants are so desperate that they will become sort of attached to these organizations, and then they'll commit different crimes under the guise of that operation or of that mafia. And a lot of these areas here are literal hotspots, so if you are going to visit Napoli, steer clear of here. If you're going to come through the station, get in and get out as quickly as you can. And if I'm going to be completely honest, completely avoid Napoli if you value your safety, and if you value things like cleanliness and morality and you know, just in generally you want to have a good time on your holidays. It's disgusting, right?
It's complete destruction of public property. And the thing that I don't understand, just over there, I don't know if we can actually show them, there's the military police standing there with 3 guys, and they're not doing anything. There's literally syringes and glass and everything on the playground where kids are supposed to play, and lots of possibly illegal people, illegal migrants, and they're not doing anything. There's drug dealings happening here, they're just standing there and looking. I don't get it.
It's all in the name of not offending anybody. But if you're in a wheelchair and you want to be able to access the metro, the main metro station, and you need a lift, you can't do it because it's been smashed to pieces by the absolute clowns that are populating this area here. But we can't say anything, because if you do, you're being offensive. But forget about the local people who might need to use those elevators. What a joke. Now, if you're wondering what is the most important thing that they want to display here, it has nothing to do with protecting Italy. It's nothing to do with making Italy a better country. It is, of course, free Palestine. That's the only thing that matters. Europe doesn't matter. It's just this. This is the only cause, and this is the biggest cause. Hello, bro. How are you? Crazy homeless people wandering the streets, crack addicts everywhere. It is a disaster. It is an absolute disgrace. If Europe doesn't wake up in the next year or two and understand what's happening in these areas, it's doomed. It's over. In fact, I think it's already too late. It's legitimately an entire area of this city that has been completely swallowed. Disaster. Feels like we are in Somalia, something like this. I'm not even joking, guys. Mogadishu. Oh, Marco. This is a market, a street market, an entirely migrant-run street market. Fantastic.
I think they're packing away at the moment.
Yeah, they're packing up right now. Man, this street is crazy. I don't even know what the name of the street is, but we've quite literally entered. I would like to compare it somewhere like Sudan or something like that. This is not what I think of when I think of Europe. But unfortunately, if you say it to a lot of people nowadays, they will actually say that this is what Europe looks like, because it is. And a lot of these areas, they are all having big families. And are you aware of the birth rate for Italy? It's very low, right?
I think it's 1.2 when it comes to ethnic Italians. 1.2 or 1.8, something like that.
1.2 or 1.8?
Yeah.
Okay.
Under 2 for sure.
Under 2. I can guarantee you that these guys are having much more than 2. Much more.
There's also a few stores that we just walked past, a coffee shop, an actual like a Napolitan coffee shop that's here, has been here since 1963. Can you imagine like opening a shop like that and then your area developing to something like that? But the majority of Italians don't really have the finance to also move their shop, because obviously that's a lot of money involved in that, so they just have to deal with it.
Yeah. And these are some of the local Napolitania people that are looking for clothes in the garbage. So. It's awful. It's really awful. It's all just open air drug dealing, drug use. Everybody is speaking Swahili, many different African dialects, Congolese, etc. I've seen about 10-15 drug deals like just in the last 20 minutes here. It's horrible. What a horrible place.
This area here is actually so bad that the majority of Chinese people are even moving out. You can see lots and lots of Chinese stores that are closed, and that will tell you a lot. Like when Chinese people give up their store, it's really bad.
That's true. What a crazy area to be in, eh? Oh man, I don't even know what to tell you. There's a big heavy focus on the fact that Maradona played for Napoli once upon a time. I'm still excited to try pizza, but it needs to be a relatively clean looking place.
I think you've missed the garbage. The garbage is over there.
Ay.
Yeah, good morning, bro.
Oh my god. Well guys, if this doesn't depress you, I don't know what else will. Welcome to the National Square of Napoli. Wow, this place was built in 18 85 as like an urban renewal project for the city, and then it was sort of reconstructed again and sort of re-inaugurated around 2006. But believe it or not, just a few years ago there was a Camorra mafia related shooting just outside one of these many bars here, and a stray bullet ended up hitting a 4-year-old by the name of Naomi. She miraculously survived that incident. But this area now is, believe it or not, the national square of Napoli, and it is one of the sketchiest areas that you can be in. Do not come here once it gets dark. That's the information that's available online. It's quite literally just full of pickpockets, thieves, drug dealing, and much more.
There's a Bangladeshi live streaming from a children's playground speaking really aggressively. And then it says underneath the Bengali, it says the sense of society morale is measured on what children are doing.
It's totally normal for this man to be here at a children's playground. There's one child over there playing. I don't even know. This is Europe. By the way, this is their attempt at making things Christmassy. So
Merry Chrysler.
Merry Crisis, I think, is the best word to use. It is an absolute crisis. This guy, by the way, is like just screaming at the top of his lungs about something. I have no idea what he's saying, but he's very enthusiastic about standing in a children's playground and shouting to his phone. What a lunatic.
And there's a homeless person.
There's also a homeless person, by the way, just over here.
Like he's overdosing.
Using the children's playground while he's overdosing, probably on crack. So yeah, welcome to Zombie Land, Zombie World. Merry Crisis, as I said. Comune di Napoli, propaganda indiretta. So indirect propaganda, but as you can see, there's not much propaganda available right now. It's all scratched to pieces. Berlusconi.
That was the election for
2022.
Berlusconi.
There's Georgia. Georgia had her poor face scratched off. Oh, she's a very, very strong woman, and she seems to be at least making an attempt somewhat at making Italy a better place. But
she's
like many presidents around the world, there's something deeper going on, and we're starting to really notice it. There's something a lot deeper that's happening on a global scale. All of the governments are working for the same people. They're all working for the same people, and they don't really care about the people that live in these working class areas of Italy, or the working class areas of Germany or France or Ireland or England. They don't care about us. They care about their never-ending war machine. They care about poisoning our food, and they care about keeping all of these people in the same situation and keeping that machine going in the same direction, as you can see, because this is what these areas would have looked like 20 years ago. It isn't what they looked like hundreds of years ago, because back then people actually understood what virtue and morality is, and they followed the word of God. But nowadays depravity reigns supreme over the European Union, and you can see that everywhere you go. Look at how ingenious this is. You get two sides. I think it's a man and a woman. It's fascinating to see.
To keep the shutters open.
Keep those shutters open, yeah. The old sort of Venetian style shutters on these old buildings that are, of course, spray painted like crazy. They're everywhere. It's absolutely beautiful. People really just don't have the same sort of craftsmanship or the same level of like thinking that goes into creating this type of stuff. It's so cool. Could literally just spend all day doing this.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Ehi, tutto bene?
Tutto bene,
Bene.
tu?
Vuoi mangiare la pizza?
Sì, la pizza fritta. E
Pizza
qua,
fritta?
Come la volete comprare?
Quanto è la pizza fritta?
Il calzone fritto ripieno.
Quella completo?
No, che vuoi dire? Mozzarella, pomodoro,
Sì.
ricotta.
Sì.
Ti piace la carne pure, un po' di carne?
Sì.
Pancetta?
Sì.
Allora sì, è meglio che sto zitto, solo tu mangi tutto.
Noi mangiamo tutto, sì.
Facciamo anche per lei.
Sì, facciamo due.
Fa due diversi.
Due diversi?
Fa una completa e una margherita a forno con bufala.
Va bene, fai come
Sì.
vuoi tu.
Ci metto 2 pomodorini sopra,
Sì,
faccio filetto di pomodoro e bufalina
bello.
e faccio una completa.
Va bene, vai.
Che volete da bere?
Acqua. Acqua va bene, no?
Can you ask
È un
him
po'
if
presto per la birra.
Is it okay to film in here?
Possiamo con la
It's okay.
macchina fotografica possiamo? Sì? Grazie.
Grazie.
Allora quanto è la pizza?
Ho capito?
E lui di Irlanda.
Irlanda.
E tu sei di
Lui
qua?
è irlandese.
Irlandese.
Sì. Tu sei di qua? Napoli.
Napoli?
Sì, sono cresciuto per strada.
Sei cresciuto per strada.
Sì.
He grew up on the streets.
How long is he here for?
Dentro la pizza fritta.
Sì, grazie. Quanti anni ha questo ristorante?
Questo ristorante ha più di quasi 100 anni.
Più di 100 anni? More than 100 years. More
Than
quasi,
100 years.
More than 100 years. More.
Wow.
Noi facciamo il video per YouTube.
YouTube.
Allora vi devo trattare bene.
Bello.
Wow.
Grazie.
Look at this thing. What the heck is going on?
By the way, even Italians don't know that people in Napoli deep fry the pizza. I asked my mother if she knows what's going on here. She said she has no idea. So it seems to be not very commonly known, even in the rest of
Wow.
Italy. So
This is like a massive deep fried sort of calzone or something like that, along the lines?
Similar to that. So the history of it, at least what it says online, is that after World War II, nobody was able to afford ovens in this area, so they just deep fried the pizzas instead
Yeah, this was the most affordable way of having pizza for people post World War II.
I let the air out.
So it became sort of the symbol of working class food for a lot of the people in the areas around Napoli in particular.
I think this is like boiling hot on the inside, obviously, because
Yeah.
it's deep fried.
It's gonna have to cool off,
Okay.
that's for sure. You probably
I
can't
just
even
want to
touch
look
it.
inside. Okay, this is more the dough part.
Yeah. Inside here will be all of the fillings.
Okay, so this is the with
looks amazing.
buffalo mozzarella.
Buffalo mozzarella and maybe some pomodoro. Yeah.
It looks very nice. It
smells
smells nice,
amazing.
but it's like it's probably gonna clog your arteries.
Yeah. True. It looks like a big piece of fried fish. If you just look at it like this, it looks like something like massive piece of like fish that you get for fish and chips. That's not the case at all. Oh, I can't wait to try this. Oi! Wow!
Grazie.
Grazie!
Sei velocissimo.
Sì.
Non ci vuole niente. Ma mi serve una mano a mangiare.
Vuoi un pezzetto?
Perché ci siamo mangiati. Buon appetito.
Grazie. He asked if we need
Grazie.
help eating it. So this is the deep fried filled pizza. This is actually with ricotta, mozzarella. I think you see some ham maybe.
We cut it up because
basil.
you have to let out that heat on the inside.
Yes, I'm gonna just bite into it anyway because I'm very hungry.
How good is it?
It's amazing. No,
Yeah.
take this one with the filling. Wow. This is really good. This is actually amazing.
That's incredible. Deep fried pizza. I never even heard of it until we came here. And that is instantly my favorite thing in the world.
I can't even put it into words how amazing it is. It's like it's like pizza on like another level. It's literally crunchy on the outside, the beautiful doughy on the inside. It's everything that you could ask for on a cold day like today.
It's like pizza on crack.
Yeah.
It's not oily as well. I was worried about like deep fried pizza, it's going to be really oily. Not the case at all. And we have a more traditional Napoli style pizza here as well. We have a ton of food.
This is like, from what I understood, I think with like half dried tomatoes and buffalo mozzarella.
Oh my god.
And then basil, of course. So it looks very nice.
Unbelievable.
But I think there's no tomato sauce actually on it. It's just the tomatoes themselves, no sauce.
No sauce in the base, so no, not your traditional sort of. When Americans think of pizza, it's very far removed from what a lot of Italy thinks is pizza. So in America, in Italian parts or the eastern coast of America, you'll get these like thick, heavy, tomato-filled sort of. You have different types of pizza all over America, but here in Italy, everything is much more simple, and it focuses on the quality of the ingredients. So all of this is incredibly fresh, incredibly piping hot, and obviously served up with a smile as well.
It's really funny as well. A lot of our American friends, when they come to Italy, they're actually somewhat disappointed because it doesn't compare to what they grew up with. It's not the Italian food that they know, so they're kind of like freaked out by the Italian food here, but it's very, very different, but it's nice. Okay.
Try the traditional Napoli style.
Oh, my cutlery squeaked.
The squeaky on the plates.
Okay. So this is kind of like with tomatoes that are put into olive oil and buffalo mozzarella. Oh, that's beautiful. The mozzarella is so nice. Nice and squeaky. I love the squeaky mozzarella. It's the best.
Yeah.
Really good. Amazing flavors. It's
I'm just gonna go in. I'm gonna go in with my hands and just literally scoop it up.
You're gonna lose everything. Grazie.
Grazie. It's so good. Oh my god.
I'm really happy. You can taste the quality of the ingredients. It's really nice. It's really good.
Incredible. Creamy, fresh, crispy, bubbly dough. This is the spot for pizza. Over 100 years here in Napoli.
By the way, what makes this fried pizza with the ricotta so special as well is that right now it's actually ricotta harvesting season. It's just started. So the ricotta harvesting season is usually beginning of November all the way until May in southern Italy. So if you do want to have really proper cannoli, really proper ricotta type of dishes, you really have to come around those times. If you come here in the summertime, or if you go to Sicily, for example, in the summertime, you usually get a type of ricotta that has been frozen, and the taste of it is, it's still amazing taste, don't get me wrong, but of course it's not like a fresh type of ricotta taste because it was frozen. The taste is a little bit sort of different than if you get it absolutely fresh. But this you can actually taste now because it's that time of the year that the ricotta is absolutely beautifully fresh, creamy, and just really sensational. Right, you guys, we're gonna put the details of the pizzeria in the description below. Please come and support the locals. The pizza was absolutely amazing. Fried pizza was very, very good. First time trying pizza for us, so we have obviously no standards of measurement, but it was very, very tasty. And everything together with drinks and all of that good stuff, €20. Unbeatable.
What more can you ask for? If you're gonna get pizza in the center, tourist center, you're probably gonna pay somewhere close to double that. So you might as well give your money to a local establishment that's over 100 years here in Napoli. It's crazy to see here that people are just hanging their laundry out right here on the side of the street.
Question that I have more.
Look at that.
Why do you do that in a rainy day?
Yeah.
Hang the things inside.
Check this out. It's very common, it seems, especially with a lot of the older houses, to just have these lines out where you just hang your stuff up to dry. It's actually, in one way, I'm like, wow. Like, does nobody steal the clothes? Like, it's a very, very high trust society type of situation. Because on the other hand, I see a lot of the cars that are parked here, a lot of them have like steel casings around the steering wheels. This lady just abandoned her kid, the crackhead.
Who was gonna hit her?
Man. Absolutely mental.
Yeah. Those were Italians, by the way. Wow, this feels unsafe.
This is hell, literally hell on earth, man.
To the left.
Yeah, this is the reality, guys, of Italy. Sun is starting to set over the romantic city of Napoli. Wow.
When the moon hits you,
Yeah, like a big pizza pie. If you want fake clothes, fake watches, fake anything pretty much.
And a lot of drugs.
And a lot of drugs, a lot of plastic. Oh.
Are you okay? What was that?
It smells so bad here. Oh. Oh, it smells horrifically bad. Oh, I'm gonna throw up. Bro, this is the dirtiest city I've ever been to in my life. Hands down. Hey, look at this. Found the brightest fish stand in all of Napoli. It only makes the smell of the surrounding area 10 times worse though. Like, I already was throwing up in my mouth and now it's like...
I actually feel like it made it a little bit better because you can only smell the fish and not the pee and everything else.
Yeah. This whole area here, this whole quarter of the city is just basically open air markets, illegal cigarettes, illegal anything. $2.50 for a pack of cigarettes, which is crazy in modern day Europe. Usually they're up closer to somewhere around maybe 10 to 15 euro per pack. So yeah, this place is wild. Everything seems to be just done through the black market, and obviously some of these are legal vendors as well. But yeah, this place is mad. This is the Bangla agency, Mohammed Shaheen Mia. It's entirely in Arabic, Pakistani, Bengali, Indian. What is it for?
They have a little bit of Italian on the side. It says it's all things that a lawyer would usually do.
Ah, okay.
So like they register you if you want to open a company, they renew your staying permission. This area here, Piazza Mercato, used to be a medieval market, and in 1791 this was all redesigned by one architect of the name of Francesco Sicuro. And he also placed this very old church here in 1791.
Wow, you can imagine the medieval markets way back in the days.
I do.
Now, as you can see, it's very sort of social housing centre, I guess.
I assume that maybe on the weekends they still have the weekly market here, and you can still see some left over of the medieval castles and churches around here. It's actually quite interesting to see. It's nice.
This church here is absolutely beautiful. 1791 this church was built. Yeah, you can see the wear and tear of just age on the outside of the church.
Second church that has lots and lots of paintings, but then the middle part over the altar is empty.
The middle part over the altar, yeah, is scrubbed
Why is it
entirely white. That whole entire church, just so you're aware, has been completely desecrated and basically destroyed from the inside. A lot of statues have been removed. There's no altar, there's no crosses, there's no anything actually.
So they're not practicing the mass anymore here. That's what it is. It's not a church anymore. They're just using it for cultural activities. I'm not really sure why that is, but that's why all of the pictures or the paintings and the cross and everything else was removed. It's not in use for religious activities anymore. No idea why. I tried to research it online, but I cannot find why.
Such an old and beautiful church destroyed.
There's another church there, but there's also no cross on the top of this one. And then there's another church
next to the church, by the way, is just basically completely run down like drug flats. Very obviously like squatting establishments and a lot of junkies and people that you don't want to be around, so it's probably understandable that the church is no longer operating. We just read something actually that said that this church was actually built on top of a mass grave. So there was initially this church was built over a mass grave. Then that church burned down. There was another church built. That one was eventually destroyed as well, and then this is actually the third church that we were just inside, and the inside of it is destroyed. So you could probably say that it's just completely cursed land that it's on, and the people in the mass grave, believe it or not, all died from the plague. And have a look at these statues. So this is one of the creepiest statues that we've ever seen actually. I don't understand it at all.
It's like a sphinx type of a body, but then the face is kind of weird, haunted. Weird looking, I don't know. Everything here is a little odd.
Very, very strange.
You guys, we just came across another one of those very obviously medieval churches, and they were entirely defaced on the bottom. I really don't know what to tell you. Like, why do you look at a building like this and you're like, wow, I really need to write my name, or I need to draw a genitalia or whatever. I don't, and I will never understand. Seems like this is the entrance to the church. It's absolutely insane. Crazy here. Why do you do that? It's insanity.
Make Europe Christian again.
You actually have a giant door here with a very, very large clock, but the time on the clock is wrong. It's actually just 4:30 right now, and the clock is showing 9:25. Very interesting though. It's always crazy to see these very, very large sort of archways to go through, and the sun is slowly going down here. Everything seems to be so dark. It's starting to get a little spooky, I think.
It's crazy. It feels like we're in a Jack the Ripper movie.
Yeah, and there's no streetlights here either.
There's no way of lighting up the streets. This is just Sketch Town Central. Ay, ay, ay. The camera does not do this justice, but this just looks like straight out of the Joker movie or something. I also wish that there was a way to smell this. Just trust me, you don't want to smell it.
Smell a vision.